welcome back to Cooking with Katie. I'm a registered dietitian with White Earth Public Health, and I have Gail back here cooking with me again today.
Hello, I work with Katie at White Earth Public Health. Today we are making a country-style split pea soup.
So this month we'll be focusing on beans and peas. We're into the month of April, and when I came across this ham and split pea soup, I just really like I think it's the country style with the added vegetables of some potatoes and onions, and then we're gonna do the ham, and so you can do the ham or not, so it's your choice. So we hope you enjoy our version. So let's get started. All right, so to start our soup today, in my soup kettle, I have started off and I just put a little drizzle of some olive oil in there. So that is heated, and then we are gonna go ahead and add 1 cup of diced onion. And then we have 1 cup of celery. Oops. And then 2 cloves of minced garlic, or for me, I'm just cheating and I'm gonna go ahead and use the pre-minced, and it's 2 teaspoons of that. So we'll go ahead, stir this together, and then we're just gonna go ahead and let it saute until our celery and our onions are tender. So there it is, it's starting to cook up. So the start of our flavor base right here. Okay, so our onions and celery are done simmering, and when I went ahead, I started adding 3 cups of chicken broth and 3 cups of water, each to that. So I'm just adding my last 2 cups there, and then we're gonna go ahead and add it's 1 1/4 cup. These are some rinsed green peas. You can also use yellow, so go ahead and use what you have. So I'm just gonna go ahead, dump these in. Ooh. One in a heap there. Break those up a little bit. They're sticking together, so I rinsed them together so they started to stick. So if you get that problem, just keep stirring them. They will break up, that's for sure. And then we're gonna go ahead and add the rest of our ingredients. So first we have 1 single bay leaf. You just buy them in a nice container like that. Go ahead and add some good seasoning. And then you have 2 teaspoons of dried parsley. And then the recipe itself calls for a tablespoon of seasoning salt, but I'm actually gonna go with a couple teaspoons of Mish's Dash instead, because I am going to eventually put ham in my soup. So I think that will add enough seasoning. So I'm just gonna try it and see. And I'm still gonna put like a little dash of salt in, but I'm not gonna put too much in because I just don't want it to get too salty. So it's always easier to add more than take away. And then the last thing we have here is a 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. So then we're gonna go ahead and stir this all together nicely. So there's our combination starting to come together. Got that green going on. So now we are gonna bring this to a simmer, and it will simmer for about 45 minutes or so, 45 minutes. Just kind of keep an eye on it until your peas are you're gonna start noticing that they are disintegrating, just getting to be less and less. And then we'll go to our next step. All right, so our split pea mixture has been simmering for about 30 minutes. So you can see there, the beans are still whole, or the peas are still whole, but they're starting to get softer. So hopefully about 15 more minutes of simmering, and then we'll be ready to add the rest of our goodies.
Our soup has been simmering for about 45 minutes or so. The peas are beginning to dissolve, and then we will add 1 cup each of carrots.
So we'll just
potatoes.
The soup, because you can't see it very well. So there, it's getting pretty smooth, so it looks good. Yes.
Yep. So 1 cup of carrots and potatoes.
Carrots each, yes.
Just diced to bite size.
And the recipe did say to peel the potatoes, but I just left the peelings on. So.
And like Katie said, we're gonna add a cup of diced ham to ours also.
Oh yeah, sorry.
That's okay.
That's bad in there. So, you can see now.
And then I spill, as I'm trying to show you.
You can, that's fine. A messy kitchen is the best kind of kitchen that's used. So now we'll just leave it. You can tell it's thickening up with the peas, so you can kind of watch it as it simmers when your vegetables are thin if you want to thin it out. I haven't added any more salt. Like I said earlier, I went with the salt-free seasoning because I wanted to do the ham and get that flavor in first. So we will let this simmer away.
Our soup is done. The veggies are tender.
It's kind of sliding. It's not a big, I was just telling Gail, looks kind of silly because it's not very full, but I wanted to see all the vegetables in there. So we really hope you enjoyed our recipe. Remember to check out whiteearth.com for today's recipe along with more beans and peas recipe. So thanks for joining us.
Have a good week.